we're going now.
Jacob,
What?
Jacob, you won't believe I just had the best garlic bread of my life today.
Are you gonna
I
start every podcast?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about the best food I've had this day.
So you're just gonna go through life? No, not just life. This podcast and state that you've had like the best one of everything, your entire like existence.
Jacob, I had the driest water of my life.
It was dry. How can water be dry? If water is dry, it's evaporated.
If water is dry, it's called air, Jacob.
Well, either way, it's not water anymore.
Yeah, it's probably piss or something.
Pass.
Anyway, welcome back to this
Thing.
thing we do
Yeah.
now.
Well, welcome back. Welcome to the third episode of the Chatting Hour, which, in all reality, had like a high chance of actually like not happening because of an injury I endured during the weekend. So
I mean,
very.
if with me, if you want to count pulling an all-nighter for absolutely no good reason, that it counts as injury. I'm with you too.
Well, to to say a little bit of like what exactly happened, it's like Father's Day. Father's Day was just absolutely horrible. um, so I was outside and I was enjoying the weather and playing football, with spending Father's Day with my dad, and all of us in he threw the ball and I happened to miss it. The thing was, Ginger, or my dog, was outside at the same time, and she's either really stupid or she did not notice me at all, cuz she just ran right into my leg and I flew up in the air and landed on the ground, and now my knee is like messed up. So
Amazing.
it's horrible. I have to use a damn cane to get around. The thing feels like it's gonna either pop or explode sometimes, and it's just like, what else could possibly happen?
Mental illness.
I'm already way past that, so.
Oh, after COVID, we all are. Anyway, yeah, welcome back to the chatting hour where Jacob sustains a semi-serious injury and I sit here and talk.
Yes, exactly. So, we have 5 very magical topics this week to discuss with you.
We didn't really pick them out. I just kind of said a few words and Jacob said okay.
Well, yes, because I really do like the ideas you picked out for this week, but it's the fact that it's like half of it was the fact that I really like the ideas, and the other half of it was just the fact that it's like I was like focused on my leg, like, and I was just like, I don't really feel like thinking of anything.
Hmm.
So if you like the topics, thank him, because it's like I had absolutely nothing to do with this. At
I was
least.
eating at the time. Anyway, so we'll finally get to listing them off after that very long intro.
Yes.
So first we have headphones, then we have magic,
Magic.
then food, then medieval combat, and then planes.
Planes. Yes. Ain't this just gonna be a magical week, folks?
Oh yeah, it's
Folks.
mostly my interests. Mostly. The keyword mostly.
So wait, if you pick the topics this week, am I gonna have to pick all the topics next week?
I don't know. Whoever's up to it.
Uh,
We should
okay.
really we really should have figured this off set.
Probably. Oh well. Well, these are mostly your topics, you can start them off. I'm gonna
All right, so I'd like
fiddle
to
with my
start with
cane.
topic one, headphones.
Yes.
I would like to start out with how the heck can headphones be made so cheaply? Okay, I've gone through about 3 pairs of headphones in the past 3 years, which kind of sounds reasonable. First ones, hold on, one moment. I've got them with me right here. They're JLab wired headphones, the cheap ones you find at Walmart for like
How much did they cost?
15 bucks.
Oh,
I
15 bucks.
I got
Okay.
them just before that trip to Colorado.
Yep.
They have lasted me till this time, but so 4 years, but not without their issues. So the way these things fold,
Yeah.
uh, they have a hinge that's just above the ear cup part, so
Mhm.
they can fold in and take up relatively less space. Well, that also means you have to have a separate wire coming out of the headband to go over to the um,
What?
right speaker. So it's a completely exposed braided cable, and you can yank on that all you want. Also, the hinges are not particularly strong because they're just plastic and they have a wire going through them. So, what I had to do was, well, let me tell you full story.
Mhm.
The hinge broke on one side, and it was getting very annoying to click it back into place because it came out easy, but it didn't go in back in easy.
Mhm.
So I had to fiddle around with it. Eventually, I just got a big pair of these gaming headphones that had tungsten in the headband, and they had too much compression on my ears, and
Mhm.
it's it was pretty uncomfortable. I have very tall, pointy ears. It's annoying. It's
I'm
so
best friends with an elf.
no,
Yeah.
don't label me as an elf on this.
It's an
I don't
elf.
want. Oh no, we're probably gonna think high elves from Skyrim or something. Anyway,
Elves.
anyway, so the hinge broke. I got that blue pair.
Yep.
Then on that blue pair, it was very well built, except for one part. So about a year in to using those new very big blue ones that an actual like gaming mic so you could talk to people. That was cool. It was a nice mic. It worked. The sound was good. But
Yeah.
my God, the main cable going out to the headphone jack part,
Yeah.
they had what's it? Oh man, I've heard it so much I've forgotten it.
Wires.
It's the cross cut thing, piece of plastic, stream relief. The stream relief on the headphone part.
Yeah.
The way it's angled, so when you have those on, they're so big, and if your head's tilted down at
Big
all,
honking tanks.
the just at the end of the stream relief,
Yeah.
it bends the wire down completely because they're so wide. So over time, there's this tiny wire. There's like 7 wires and a little like uh 14 gauge cable, and
Yeah.
it's and eventually a tiny little wire breaks that even with all the stuff I do, I can't fix. So, well, I have to twist it into this weird knot
Twist.
to get the sound to come through. And I didn't figure that out till after I got this third pair that were 80 bucks. Oh yeah,
Impressive.
the blue ones were like 30 bucks. The ones I'm using now are 80 bucks. I'm gonna treat them so well. I don't want to have to get another
I'm gonna
pair of
treat them
out.
so well like these are my babies.
Well, the thing is, they fold better. The ear cups go flat, so you can, store it flatter instead of reducing the cross-sectional space. Anyway, so these ones I've had
Hmm.
absolutely no issues with.
That's
They're really
good.
cool. So I pick out the old headphones that the black JLab ones that had the hinge broken.
Hmm.
This was 2 months ago, by the way. I have not touched these things for about 3 years until then. It said, you know what?
They remained untouched.
Screw the folding mechanism, or screw the folding hinge. I'm just gonna wrap electrical tape around it. They're black anyway. You don't even notice that there's electrical tape. So I put that around. They work perfectly.
Yeah.
Until Jacob, that little wire that goes from the headband to the
Yeah.
ear cup that's completely exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, that thing did the same thing as the blue headphones, except higher up. So just last night, and this is
Oh
my
God.
all-nighter, I ripped the padding off,
What?
unclipped it, looked inside, and realized I still couldn't do anything about it. It was the exact same problem where they put in a stupid knot with a strain relief with just a little knot on the inside to keep it from pulling out.
It's.
So it strained the wires even more. So, if you twisted it, so I put it all back together and figured, you know what?
Yeah.
It worked
What?
before, so I'm breaking out the electrical tape again. So what I did was there's this bar that connects the headband and
Yeah.
the ear cups and they can pivot a little bit, and that's how you can yank on them so much. Well,
Yank.
all I did is just wiggled it into the finicky little position
Yeah.
where they got the signal got the sound to not only come from the left ear cup but also the right one. And then I electrical taped it into place, and there we go. I have a cheap pair of headphones. I have and I have a really nice pair of headphones that I can use. End of story. That's my thing on headphones. I'm just gonna sit back and let you explain your forays into headphones.
Okay. Okay. I have quite the history with headphones. Just like you do. Okay. So, the very first pair of headphones I got were like, they weren't even headphones. They were just those cheap earplug things.
Oh, earbuds?
Yeah, earbuds. Those things sucked. Those things actually, there was a point where they worked fine for like some time. I mean, it's hard to put them in your ears and have them in there for like a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They won't stay in.
Especially the ones with like the foam like padding on them.
Yeah.
They don't stay. They don't stay in your ears.
No.
That was like the very first pair I had, and there was a point I used to listen to music. I was listening to music like constantly on this little like CD player. And there was one point where what?
Oh, a Walkman?
No, it wasn't a Walkman. It played. No, it was different.
Yeah.
But it's like there was a point I was sitting in my room and I was listening to music, and all of a sudden I just felt the zap in my ears. I was like, "Ow! What the hell?" And I put them back in. Zap! What the hell? And it's like every time I put those earbuds in, well, I mean I don't have them anymore, but every time I did, they would like zap my ears.
Do you know what that means?
What?
Even with that stupid padding they used to put on them.
Mm-hmm.
There was the audio drive, not audio driver, the speaker, and it's all its components in them were so close to your skin that it was arcing off it. How much power do you need for a pair of little earbuds for it to arc onto skin? My 12-volt battery does that.
I mean,
That's 12 volts.
I mean, then it's like I got like this massive this massive tablet and it's like it came with its own little pair of earbuds with like the little rubber like padding on them.
Oh, those are even worse.
Those
Hands down.
fit in your ears better, but they suck more. It's like I put them in my ears and it's like, then it's like, this is shit.
They really are. You know, my first pair of headphones ever were Skylanders earbuds that were wired. I think I still have them. They're somewhere in this room since I moved. They are somewhere.
I mean,
But yeah,
the wire for those, the wire for earbuds is so damn small. Like,
okay, to put in perspective, that's like a 20 gauge wire, and there's two of them side by side. They're absolutely tiny.
I mean, it's like, I mean, I ended up, I had those for a long time. Then it's like I got my first pair of actual earphones. And it's like, those, at one point, the sound wasn't coming out of them. Like, I plug it into my phone, and it's like, no sound whatsoever. And it, what is this? What is happening? Then it's like I'd have to jiggle the wire around in order to actually get some like half decent sound from them.
What do you think it was? Was it like the thing with my blue headphones where the stream relief was making it, the wire have a horrible connection to itself?
I think so. It's like if I had to wrap the cord around my fingers a couple times, and I had to keep moving it a certain way in order for it to actually work properly.
That's the exact same thing with this. I've taken apart my headphones so many times. I like tinkering. Headphones are just, it's not even a problem with the solder joints. The solder joints were nice and tight. They were soldered on and they're hot glued just to make sure they don't go anywhere. But no, it's in the wire itself, so I can't even do that. I can't even
They're
fix it.
headphones always have a very specific problem with them.
Hmm.
I mean, now, I have two pairs of headphones, both for their like specific reasons. One of them is, of course, the pair I have on, which is like so I have better sound quality, and they fit over my ears better. Then I have one for listening, for like just doing shit like casual shit on my laptop or phone or something. So, the they still work surprisingly.
Mm.
Then
Yeah.
then it's like I have the last pair of headphones I want to talk about is the ones I use for remote learning this year. And they have this it has this long ass microphone with this furry like monkey shit like foam thing around it.
Oh, it has a dead cat?
It just looks I mean I could put my pinky in there. I mean it's huge, but it is like it's crappy because it just sits in like near so close to your mouth that that's just like, am I going to bite down on this? Am I going to get spit on this?
Is this a dental tool? Is this what they use
It,
for the X-rays? When you put your head in, you bite the little thing where your two front teeth grip onto it?
and it's like it feels like I feel like I'm working for like a secret government agency right now with these on.
Yeah. My dad uses one of those single ear, single mic thing for his work.
An
And
earpiece.
yeah, single earpiece with the mic going down. They look
Yeah.
badass. But my God, the sound quality is horrible on them. Like, you really think they do better because they're Bluetooth and crap, but no, they're horrible on both ends.
No, they're horrible.
I haven't seen him use it in a couple of years anyway.
It's like, no, it's horrible.
Uh, what was I gonna say? Let's see. Yeah,
It's
the really furry mics, the dead cats, they're
yeah.
called. I have one of those for my lav mic for making videos. You know what they're for?
What?
Wind.
Wind protection. I forgot that because the camera has one.
Who
The
the hell is doing remote learning outside?
I don't know.
Especially nowadays.
I don't know who the hell is doing remote learning outside. It's like I'm gonna go to school, but this time I'm gonna go outside.
Well, the thing is, you don't put a dead cat filter on a headset because that's not where it's going to be used.
But it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Why?
I don't know. I don't know why it's there.
I guess our verdict is if you want a good pair of headphones, get the ones I have. There's SteelSeries Arctis 5s. There's a Bluetooth version, which I probably should have gotten, but anyway, those were 100, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
the ones I have that I'm wearing right now are only $25.
Yeah, you can get by replacing them over and over, but it's actually saved me money by getting these super expensive ones.
I can see that. Oh well.
Uh,
Well,
and
that's all I
and
have to say
yeah,
about
one
headphones.
last thing.
Okay,
Yeah, one
go.
last thing. I am not talking to you just sitting in my room with my fan blowing on. I am talking to you and I'm sitting in my desk chair, and I have this big piece of foam in front of me. I don't know if the sound quality sounds any better. I'll take it away. How does this sound without it?
You sound a little louder.
How about now?
I don't know. I don't really see a difference.
Some people will.
Yeah,
Uh,
some
That's why
people.
why I'm choosing to look stupid at this moment. Anyway, moving on to magic.
Yeah,
What is
magic.
You start on magic. I did my whole spiel with headphones.
Magic. It's something that's appreciated by all genders and ages. You can use it anytime, anywhere, unless you want to look like a dumbass. You got magic wands, canes, you can put bunny rabbits in hats. It's stupid as shit. But guess what? It's magic.
Is that it?
Um, that that's my advertisement on magic.
It's interesting.
I mean, I might have more to talk about, but let's see what you have to say first.
Okay, so the
Magic.
let's see. So there's two different types of magic. The actual real deal stuff that people like to do and shit, which doesn't make sense. And then there's the fakey fake magic that doesn't,
Is that like kids parties?
is just really sleight of hand and all that. It's
It's
kind of cool. It has to do with physics, which I like, but I've never really gotten into it. Uh, that's my opinion. I've never really gotten into it because well, it seems kind of interesting, but in the end, it's just not. I did try to get into actual real magic, spell it with a K at the end, magic, and
magic.
I looked online, and nobody's doing it right.
Nobody is doing this correctly, and it's getting me upset.
I don't care if you're on spells of magic. I don't care what you think works.
You're
If
not doing it right.
physical results, you're not doing shit. So when I was a little bit younger, I tried to create my own. I saw that and I'm like, wow, this is horrible. None of this works. Everybody's lying. So I
Yeah.
tried to do it myself and realized, I see why people kind of believe in this,
Yeah.
but it's completely impractical. Who the hell takes 75 years out of their life to learn how to make themselves float an inch off the ground? You know how easy it is to get a car? A
Yeah.
moped? In today's day and age, it's completely unuseful. It's crazy why people do it.
I mean, there's some people who believe in it, some people who don't. I mean, that's just.
I'd say it's there, but it's not useful anymore.
I
I'll acknowledge that there's some kind of force there. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care about it.
There was a point where everyone cares about it at some point.
Ah, yeah, Salem witch trials.
Oh, people really cared about magic at that point.
They killed each other over petty differences, and it was all labeled
You are
magic.
under witchcraft.
You were tried for witchcraft. If we burn, Matt, you wonder why none of the witches they burned, didn't
The
burn.
only way to kill magic is fire.
Yeah, like it's combustion. No, it's the Middle Ages, but it's just combustion.
If you want to kill those pesky fatties and the wizards, you must use fire.
Oh God, you're making me imagine King Crab giving a course on magic.
Oh my god!
That's a good idea. I'd like to see that. I want to
Imagine King Crab actually using magic, but severely blowing it up. He turns
I
baby
can
deer
make
into a
stuff blow up.
cat.
I can make stuff blow up. You ever heard of white phosphorus? It hurts. It's cool, but it hurts. You ever heard of white phosphorus?
Yes.
Fireball, except it burns through everything.
Fireball. Fire.
Like but
Baby deer! Look! I am Wait. I am attempting the wizard's magic! Look at this wand!
oh yeah, I remember making a wand, and I that's when I realized this stuff is horrible, cause it's like, oh, okay, so you put a crystal on the end, like crystal point, which I did have for some reason.
Yeah.
I went through this rock collecting thing. It was cool. I still have some emerald left. Anyway, what's it? Oh yes, the wand. I looked up a guide. I made a wand out. Okay, do you remember that big stick back in 6th grade that I took out of the tree and I hid it up there?
Yes, I actually do.
I took that home. I broke it in half. I made one half into a wand.
What'd you do with the other half?
It sits there at that house I moved away from. Oh no! I brought it with me. Never mind.
You
That
brought
stick
it
still
with
exists.
you?
Yes, I've had that stick for over 3.5 years now.
Wow.
And
You
I think
know,
it's kind of a cool relic, so I keep it in on my nightstand.
what's
It's
a really
it
cool
looks
piece of
cool.
magic? That stick we found that turned into a needle.
Oh yeah, the needle gun stick.
Yeah.
So, quick story.
Yes.
Jake and I were in 6th grade.
No, that wasn't
walking around
6th grade. That was fourth.
Fifth.
It was fifth.
I can confidently say fifth.
Okay, fifth.
Okay. Yeah, story time. 5th grade. Jake and I
Story
were
time,
out
people. Story time. Listen to him.
walking around the perimeter of the school, and we're by this forest, like a 90-degree bend of forest, and we see this stick on the ground. It's shaped kind of like a wishbone. Well, not wishbone, more like a Y-shaped stick.
Yeah.
So I grab it, but Jacob also grabs it,
Yes.
and we both yank at just the right time, and it looks like a, an 1800s revolver, except it doesn't have a barrel, it has a needle. Because
Bark.
Jacob got a sheathing for it, and
Yeah, I
got
stripped the
everything
bark
else.
off.
Yeah, it came off this exact point, and I remember we used the sheathing as a holster for it, and it was badass.
I
It
remember
really
poking people. I remember poking people with that.
it was a genuine weapon. That thing hurt.
Didn't we end up breaking that out for we pissed off 4 people
Yeah,
with
it
it.
pissed off 4 people, and that broke. I
We
know
just
the sheathing just disintegrated because it was just a piece of bark.
yeah, that just absolutely disintegrated.
That thing's
Um,
ingrained in my memory. Wait,
that's so
yeah,
perfect.
Magic. That's where we were. I
Yeah.
think we're done here.
Yeah, I think we're done with magic. The show made for dumbasses.
If you didn't catch it, verdict. Maybe possible. Impractical.
Yes, maybe a little possible. Maybe
No,
very little.
no. It's not enough to be practical. Anyway, moving on. Food.
Yeah, food.
Food's our third topic for tonight.
Yo, we gotta do food at some point.
We gotta do food.
Okay. So you start with food since I started with the last topic.
All right.
What a great way to start the topic.
That's fitting. Anyway, food. So I'll start by saying, food, great. I love it. There's so many different combinations. Everybody has their own taste. No, not it's not like what Gordon Ramsay says, where it's food is good or bad, and nobody has a taste. It just if it's good enough, everybody will like it. No, that's not how it works. Anyway, aside from, I just that's just something I've been thinking about lately and personally disagree on. Anyway, like today I had a couple packets of ramen. It was beef.
hmm
It's okay, but it's hard to mix in. It really is its own science, and it's really cool.
Food is a science,
Food is
technically.
a science. Jacob, 2021.
If like, I think it's funny. I have a point to bring up with food. Imagine because since that like back then we had to decipher whether food was either going to be poisonous or like either like or good. So I think what they did was they took 3 people and they set them at a table, and whoever died, that food would not have been part of today's society.
Well, of course, with modern everything, modern technology and stuff, people are trying out different stuff because, well, stuff that's known to be poisonous because, frankly, some people are dumbasses. Anyway,
Great point.
great point. Anyway, yeah. So, that, I think it's just after a while, people figured out a pattern, like, don't eat the orange stuff, most of it. Um, I know back in the, what's it, this Middle Ages or something,
Yeah.
they were using pewter plates and tomato, leech pewter. They eat the tomato
hmm
with the toxic metal in their digestive system now, and then they're dead. Therefore, tomatoes poisonous, which is a totally fair assumption. Why would you blame the metal? You didn't you how in those days how would you know that pewter pewter could be leached up into a food? That would make no sense. That would be witchcraft to them. Oh, but it ties back into our other point.
Magic. Everything.
Your view.
I mean, it's food is definitely something different. I always thought it was interesting how we need to eat in order to survive. We need to eat like these. We need to eat food in order to survive. I always thought that was interesting how we from like the start of everything that was an instinct.
Hmm. So
It's weird. It's a weird concept.
so you know how plants they have their whole cycle with photosynthesis
Photosynthesis.
and the other one cellular respiration and that
Yeah.
oxygen for us. There is absolutely uh some kind of timeline where the or universe where the plant-based species
Yeah.
came out on top and are now the most intelligent things.
Almost.
They're just a different class. It's
It,
crazy.
it's just like we bow down to the almighty plants.
Mm.
We bow down to you.
No, the us meat containing species would
Meat
be
sacks.
meat sacks. Oh God. No, I'm not gonna use that. That's
Higher level beings call us meat sacks.
No, they probably call us,
Meatlings.
good God, Jacob. Sometimes the thing that comes out of your brains terrifies me. Anyway,
Meat people.
the meat people, or, well, think of how we call plants plants. So
Body
they'd be
walkers.
the the carrions or whatever, carrion, something like that.
Yeah.
We would be dumb. We'd be almost motionless, like much as plants are. Think Plants versus Zombies. There we go.
Plants versus zombies.
That's actually a really good analogy. Great, great. We're talking about food, and we got our way to Plants versus Zombies. Nice.
No, we got on food, then we got on plants dominating the planet. That'd just be a weird ass world.
Going back to space travel in one topic.
I guess.
Food.
I
Oh, yeah, space
guess.
food. Space ice cream and stuff. That stuff it really isn't real. That's just kind of like a science experiment.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that. We're in space travel. From food.
Food can branch off into so many different topics,
Well, it's an essential part of human life.
which is weird. I just always thought that was weird. How it's so essential to eat.
Okay, think about this. Humans, but they don't have mouths. They speak in grunts through their noses, and they absorb light for food. It's really plausible.
Huh. That's a world that I want to that's a world that would be fun to live in, I guess. I don't know. Even though it would be hard to just it's hard to speak through your nose. It'd just be better just to stay silent and learn telepathy.
Badass.
Wait, so I think we've got like 4 different topics off of just food. So
Yeah, I think we should move on now.
yeah, probably.
Since I picked all these out, we can be kind of alternating. You take the lead for this one.
Medieval combat. I think the forms of medieval combat are a lot more interesting and appealing in some aspects than the ways that like modern society would do it.
Oh, Modern Warfare?
Yes.
They are equal in my eyes. They are completely equal.
I just like the fact of like complete brutality and melee. That's
okay. Most people don't realize this, but there are so many different tactics just from melee. Like, what weapons are they using? Most people think of
the
swords.
weapons are my absolute favorite part. There's just so many.
Yeah, you know the weapon. What's the weapon people mostly think of it for the Middle Ages?
A sword.
Yeah.
A sword or a lance if they're doing the damn horse things.
Oh, jousting.
Yeah.
Let's keep it to normal
Traditional.
foot combat. Traditional combat.
Yeah.
Like hand to hand with handheld weapons.
Yeah.
Which wins in this scenario? A sword and a shield, or a spear?
Okay. Well, in all like you'd have to be really good with a spear in order to win that fight.
Nope.
Think about it. If you took the spear and you just threw it at the guy's head, tool, the guy's out for the count.
No. It's even better than that.
How?
So, first of all, whatever anime cutting this cutting the end of the spear off is so weird. That makes no sense. Second of all, when you go to poke at them, it's a lot easier and more quick to use than a sword, because you don't gotta think about which way you're slashing. And I've been
Exactly.
Chambra in my karate classes, and there's a lot you need to know. Well, guess what? With a spear, it's literally just poke the other dude. If they have a shield, you know what happens when you have a really long stick with a lot of force?
You can just smack it out of their hands.
No,
What?
it pivots on their arm because it's one pressure point. It
Huh.
pivots on their arm, and now they don't have a shield. They are absolutely you outrange them. You take away their defense. They're screwed unless they have like heavy armor, stupid heavy armor. It's most people don't realize, but the dominating weapon, at least in my eyes, in the Middle Ages, was the spear,
Like
and it has been.
this, the spear's good. The spear is a good, but I think there is a weapon that, like, well, this is just a personal favorite for me. In all reality, but the mace has always been an eye opener. Like for me personally.
Oh yeah, stick with spikes on the end.
No, well, you got that, but then you also got the one with the chain.
Yeah,
Like,
flails. Flails are
yes,
cool.
which
Um,
I think the concept of that is just interesting.
I made a flail out of a single blanket before. It actually hurts people. It's what I did was I tied the two of the corners together,
Uh huh.
and well, I rolled it up and then tied the well, I okay, here's what I did. So you lay out the blanket like a rectangle, right?
Yeah.
You find
Rectangle.
the shorter edge,
Yeah.
the shorter, yeah, edge. You put one finger in the middle,
Yeah.
then you pull that back towards the center until the two corners of that edge
Yeah.
meet. Then you tie a really big just normal, like the first step of tying your shoes, knot.
Yeah.
Then you do it again and again until you don't have any, until the thing is too short to
Even
the end is too short.
until it's too short to tie again.
Yeah. And then on the other end, so now you have this giant, actually really heavy mass of blanket. It's hanging up on my wall right now, and I'm just looking at it, thinking of the possibilities. And then you take the other side, you take the other two corners,
Yeah.
and just tie a little knot to those together so it creates a straight handle. You now have a weapon capable of knocking people out from a blanket. That's some John Wick shit right there.
Like the combat of the medieval times, the weapons are just my favorite part of it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
the weapons definitely bring it all together.
yes, it's not just the fact of just two people fighting with just hand to hand combat or in melee. It's just the weapons in general that bring out such brutality that makes it fun.
Mm. Another thing is the tactics are much simpler, yet well, the one thing that's consistently surprising, yet so predictable,
Yeah.
is having the cavalry go around the side to flank and strike from the back. It's stupidly predictable, but my God, it always works. It's just somehow, just look at any major military victory in the Middle Ages. It's probably been won with a flanking maneuver by the cavalry. Because it's think about it, they're like the scout in TF2.
Yeah.
He can flank around the side. He is the flanking class. You go around the side, you kill the medic, and even if you're dead, you've already weakened their entire team, at
because
least for.
you've opened up the opportunity for, in the sense that you've killed their, basically their support. You're you're just basically allowing them to die.
Yeah.
You're just saying, here's a death wish.
All right. Well, anything else on medieval warfare?
It's cool. That's all.
Badass, man.
Badass.
So we're done with that topic?
Sure.
All right. Next one. I'll take
Plane.
the lead.
Go ahead.
Planes. Planes, the flying things. Ooh. So, planes. I
Yeah.
have been I've had this unknown interest. Like my entire life up until a year or two ago, I didn't know what I wanted to be. Yeah, I've always been tinkering with stuff and not even knowing it. Like Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
before I at the very beginning of my memory, so like two or three, I was taking apart the vacuum cleaner on my own. I've had a knack for doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then and then
I've
I was
always had a
playing.
knack for just taking things apart and just leaving them that way.
Oh, that's Jacob, you know what that's called?
Destruction?
Failure.
No, it's just the fact
Oh,
that I was
no.
too bored. I didn't want to put it back together.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't I have this weird thing where if I start something, I need to finish it that night unless if someone else is involved and they call it off.
It's like if I did that, it's like I already finished it. It's destroyed. Well,
Well,
continue
it
your,
yeah, rant.
yeah.
Not rant, lecture. The so I've had this thing for engineering, mechanics, all that.
hmm
Well, it turns out I also like aerodynamics. Planes are a beauty. They're so cool to me. Just okay. I'm gonna list out a few names of planes. Relatively known. They're probably gonna be more military planes. Tell me if you've heard of them.
Okay.
F-22 Raptor.
I've heard of that. Yes.
Okay. That thing is so cool, and they're making a successor that's going to be revealed around 2030. I
Seriously?
can't wait. 9 years, 9 years. I will be well in. I'll probably be past college by that time. Anyway, geez, I'm horrible at staying on topic. So much
Yes.
conjecture. Anyway, that in itself is conjecture. Anyway, let's see another one. The V-22 Osprey.
That kind of sounds familiar. A little. A little.
Okay.
I do look at like military vehicles every once in a while. I mean,
Oh my God. I got so bored in school just before it ended a couple weeks ago, and that's all I was doing. I was watching promotional videos for the F-22, even though 183 of them are only being used now until its successor. Anyway, the I can't stop. I'm too into a topic. Let's see. Okay, planes. The F-22.
yeah.
It's that's the that was the plane that they started to realize, oh, if we use computers for most of the calculations for the flying,
Yeah.
the human body is the limiting factor. It's so aerodynamic, the human body is if okay. So if you're going, let's say you're going cruising at around, Mach 3.
Mach.
Mach 3, that's like I don't know, stupid amount of three 3,500 miles an
Wow.
hour. Yeah, yeah,
That's
that.
fast.
Okay. Then you take your plane,
hmm
think of it like a sheet of paper laying flat on a table.
Okay.
You tilt it the entire thing 90 degrees to the right, and you tilt up a little bit. You are now experiencing less G's.
Huh.
It's it's so weird. And then what's it? Like the split S maneuver, incredibly dangerous maneuver. So you take that piece of paper, flip it upside down, then go forward, start tilting down, and tilt down so much you're going the other way. You're going the opposite direction. And that takes an insane amount of Gs. It pulls like almost 10 Gs.
That's
So
that's insane.
for those who don't know, 1G, we are all experiencing 1G, most of us. Um, so in 1G, one gravity, that is one four times the force of gravity. My head weighs about 10 pounds. So 10
10-pound
times
head.
10, my head alone is going to weigh 100 pounds. Think about the blood flow. That's so hard to people. This is why people practice for going on those planes. It takes so much energy to keep the blood flow going,
That's
keep
just
flying that thing.
insane.
It's crazy what they do.
God.
And to think, I can make this stuff. I can help make this stuff. This is cool.
And to
That's my take on
think,
planes.
I can
It was
help
mostly military
make
planes.
this stuff.
This is pure badass. This forget medieval warfare. This is the peak of humanity.
Oh, so we're just
Oh, don't even
completely.
get me started about supersonic travel and Concorde and stuff that I referenced probably before the recording started. Anyway, to you, Jacob, to end it
Okay,
off for the night.
wait, okay. There. Well, I mean, I like to look at planes because I'd say I went to Owl's Head Museum, like Auto and Transportation Museum. That was cool. I really liked that, especially like seeing all like the different mechanics with things. That
Yeah.
that was interesting. That was very cool to see how like all the older planes were designed and how all the newer planes were designed.
Oh yeah,
And
like the what's it? What's it? World War II. This will be quick.
yeah,
World War II, the Nazi Germany.
yeah.
They were the first ones to use um super wait, that's it. Jet engines. They created the jet engine, and then
Wow.
America copied it. The thing is though, there was such new technology, you could only keep them in the air for so long because they couldn't carry enough fuel. But they
Huh.
look modern to even today's standards. Can't remember something in the Wunderwaffen. It's some I can't remember the actual name of the aircraft itself, but it's cool. I keep on thinking MiG-32 and in the MiGs, but I forgot that's modern aircraft. Those are the yeah.
Well,
Anyway, back to you.
okay. But it's like planes and just vehicles in general have always interested me. And look, there's one specific military aircraft that has stood out the most compared to the rest of them. I don't remember the name, and I mean you might if you can help me out with this.
Oh, I probably can.
It's a stealth aircraft.
Okay.
It's completely black. It
SR-72 SR-71 Blackbird.
yes.
Okay, it's an aircraft and it's completely black. SR-71.
Well,
This is so stupid.
that plane has always stood out to me the most. It's
Too
the
bad.
design, the sheer just like amount of just
Oh
what
dear lord, there's
what
a
it,
big spider.
it's that plane
Um,
has always just fascinated me. It's odd. It's always stood out to me compared to the rest.
Jacob,
What?
I'm gonna mute myself for a second. There
Why?
was an absolutely huge spider and I shot it. Hold on. I need
Wait,
to
you
mute myself.
shot it?
Yeah, I shot it. Hold on.
What? Mhm. Well, he's going to clean up spider shit. I'm gonna tell you all a song. A song about a beautiful incident that happened. I guess I'm just trying to fill up time until he comes back. Well, I wonder if there's anyone like pineapples? Any pineapple fans out there? Any? Any of them at all? Any? Any pineapple fans? Well, shit, that's just interesting. God. Well, if you've come this far, I hope you like and subscribe. I mean, it really helps us out.
Yeah, please like and subscribe. That was a wood spider. Those are dangerous.
I tried to occupy the people's time talking about pineapples.
Thank you.
Yes.
So here, before we send it off.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story of what just happened. Okay, I'm talking to Jacob. I'm looking at the two Discord ball things with our profile pictures.
Yeah.
I looked down just in time to see an at least 2-inch wide with its things wood spider.
Wow.
Funnily enough, I already have my modified jolt in my hand that I use for killing. I look at it, I say, "Oh God, a spider!" I prime it, pull the trigger, and that thing disappeared with the round. I don't even know where the round went, but I just took a flashlight, looked over where it flew over to, and it's cracked in half, and it's curled into itself.
Oh my god.
I gave it. I dropped the sun on it. I love doing this to spiders. I don't know why. It's probably because I live in Maine. This is like the Australia of. No, that's It's if you put California and Texas together, it creates Australia.
Yeah.
But I know Australia gets spiders, like at least
That's like the most dangerous continent in the world.
at least 5 times bigger than that. But that's a big spider for up here in Maine. That guy was big. Jesus. Okay. While I'm having spider PTSD from when that hornet flew at me while I was taking a shower, the made no sense. Thank you guys for watching.
Okay.
One
Well-
like equals one less spider I have to shoot down before I go to bed.
Yes. Okay, and one last note. There's one last thing I want to say. Well, of course it's not gonna come out for a while until my knee heals up and everything is all back to kinda normal. There is going to be there's most likely going to be a new show coming out on the channel called Fractured. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm not going to say it. But if you enjoyed the Lost Myself episode that I did in February or March, you're going to really like this show. That's all I have to say with that.
All right.
Little bit of a teaser.
A little bit of a teaser. It's something we're putting together.
Yes.
I star as a character. Ooh,
Yes.
I dropped a hint. Do I need to be executed?
No, you do not need to be executed. Just not the entire storyline. In that case, you'd be executed.
Basically, what happens is there's this kid, and there's this piece of glass. He takes a sledgehammer to it, and then the episode ends.
No, that's not what the show is at all.
Beautiful story.
It's not what the show is at all. But
I don't know why DreamWorks isn't paying us at this point. Anyway, see you guys in the next chatting hour.
Yes. Okay.
Which are inevitably over an hour.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye, blokes.